Okay, so now we're going to get into the April housing report. So every single month, California Association of Realtors releases their housing report, and it's very. I love reading these reports. I love taking a look at them and understanding what's going on with the housing market. So for any housing geeks out there, go to CAR.org and look at their housing reports. They make a lot of information public out there. So the two key takeaways here, if we just look at statewide median home price, it was at $602,000, which is up 6.5% from March and up 3.2% from April of 2018, so a year ago. If you look at sales, however, they're down 7.3% in April. So it's very interesting. I was recently at the California Association of Realtors spring meetings about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and Joel Singer, their CEO, basically gave us a great presentation on the housing market. And one of the key items to really take away from that presentation was that tracking sales are down 11 months in a row when tracking year over year. So we're definitely in a trend where there's less and less sales happening, yet there's more and more inventory coming onto the market.
And the key thing here is that they're pointing out that the values still have gone up.
Yeah. So you still have competition in California. People still want to live here. I mean, if you look at the economy itself, I think we were at one point the fifth largest economy in the world. We dropped down to 8, 9, 10, something like that. And then we jumped back up to fifth. And that's if you look at California, if California was its own country, its own economy in the world.
And even at 8th place or even 5th place, keep in mind we're competing with other countries and their GDP. And when they're doing those statistics, so it's pretty phenomenal that we're just a state and we're the 5th or sometimes the 8th largest economy in the world.
Yeah. So when you look at this information, basically what does it really tell you? So if you're a home buyer, what it tells you is that there's going to be more properties to look at. So you're going to have more options to look at. You may not have to be competing as much with other buyers for the same property. Usually in a market like this, the very nice properties, the highly remodeled, updated properties, well-staged, well-marketed properties are going to sell first and sell for maybe even get multiple offers and sell above asking. But then you're going to have the big chunk of properties that may not be as upgraded. The marketing may not be as good. There might be certain circumstances that kind of push away certain buyers from that property. Well, those are going to be the prime properties to buy where you can get some pretty good discounts compared to top market rate. So I think for a buyer, this is definitely good news because you're going to have more opportunities out there to find a home that you like a bit more than just trying to buy a home just because
without having to compete and raise your bid $25,000 to $50,000 above the limit or the asking price because of multiple bids on the property. I am still seeing in some cases multiple bids, but like I've mentioned in prior episodes, it's just not above the asking price. So you'll get multiple offers, but they're all slightly below the asking price. And in fact, owners are accepting them. I just did a quick market evaluation for somebody on a single family this last weekend, and 18 months ago, her property would have been worth $540,000, but then now it's only worth about $500,000 because there's several identical models pending that started asking $500,000. So they have actually been dropping in that case, which is contradictory to this price going up here. But again, that's a sign of the fact that properties are taking longer in the market. People are taking price concessions. When I looked a little closer at this, I was thinking, what is causing the value to go up? You got to keep in mind that it's a average for California. So you'll have these occasional not occasional, but several properties in the multi-million-dollar range that'll also trade hands. And then also an influx of newer products coming onto the market that's asking at a higher price. It's also even skewing the average up a little bit. And these new properties are built to 2018, 2019 standards. And so the cost of building them has gone up to meet a certain LEED requirements. So there's all kinds of possible factors why it's supposedly slowing down, but the prices are still inching up.
Yeah. Now, if you're a seller, though, if you decide you want to sell your property, I think based on the current trends, I think now would be the good time to sell instead of waiting another